Literally, do you want extra $100,000? Do you want a scholarship? Let's go politics when we get back here.
Action Sports Jax on ESPN 690.
Hey, welcome back, everybody. Masters Week. Tiger Woods, 4 under par. Not bad opening round. He's all done. A lot of golfers still on the course. They got a late start today because of some of the weather. And, of course, we've got some NFL football tonight with the Colts and Titans. Big one in the AFC South. Unfortunately, it doesn't mean a lot around here for the Jacksonville Jaguars. But that means you probably got to get your fantasy lineup set up. Or you could do a little something different. At Austin and I've been doing the last couple of weeks, and this is pretty cool. PrizePicks.com or the PrizePicks app. You got to check it out. Hey, Austin, remember I told you, I think it was yesterday's show, I forgot to change Keenan Allen?
Yes.
On my fantasy team last week. And what did it do?
Horrible mistake.
Horrible?
Well, you actually lost I think you lost your entire season due to that one move right there.
I might have.
So how does that feel?
It's the worst part about fantasy football, right?
Have fun in the consolation bracket, Brent.
I got a note from my fantasy league saying, hey, all of a sudden Keenan Allen's questionable, like Friday or Saturday, and then I forgot to change it back when they said he's okay and going to play. That's what happens to me in fantasy football. Well, PrizePicks.com, PrizePicks app, do a little something different. And we've been playing along. It's a lot of fun. We love the over and unders here on the show. Mm-hmm. We do it all the time. How many times you're going to say, like, hunky-dory, right, in a show?
Absolutely.
Yeah, that happens.
I'm pretty sure I'm about two per show now.
How many pullovers I'm going to wear with a Masters logo on it?
Unlimited.
Yeah. How many pair of Skechers I might have? Right?
Too many.
So,
yeah,
there we go. But you've been playing the game, checking out the game. It's like I did it today with the Masters, where you can take just two players and you say, hey, I think they're going to go better than 2 under par or worse than 2 under par, for an example. And if you pick Tiger to do better today, you're a big winner.
Yeah.
And, there's variations of the game. You pick 2, 3, or 4. But I put an entry in, and it's just fun to watch it. And you also don't necessarily have to wait around to Thursday night for football because there's other sports going on.
Well, and it's simple, right? Because usually you have to go like, all right, do I think this team is going to cover this? No, all you have to do is this player going to have a good game or a bad game? And you go from there. Anybody can gauge that. If you got a feeling about somebody, go ahead and lock them in with the over. If you think they're going to have a bad game, lock them in with the under. It's pretty simple, and the entries are super easy.
Hey, what did you ask me about before the break?
Yeah, so we had a listener chime in here a little bit. He wants to know, are you starting Aaron Jones or James Robinson? Who would you play in fantasy this Sunday? James Robinson, Aaron Jones. Both teams, obviously, on defense, give up a lot of rushing yards.
Yeah, that's a good call. I think I would have to go with Aaron Jones. I think he's back. It looked like he was pretty healthy. I think it was last week against San Francisco on the Thursday night game. And so I would think Aaron Jones. But I think you could do, like in this situation, at Prize Picks, if they offer, for the Sunday lineup, and they offer Jones and Robinson, you could take both overs, depending on what the line is. But you can do that in this. You got to pick 2 at least, and you could take like over in this scenario, and then you don't have to worry about banking on your fantasy league instead. You get to play along with this. What do you think? I would take Jones, though, right? You got to take Jones.
Listen, I would hit the over times 10 button if I could on this app here, because I think with Aaron Jones, obviously the Packers are going to put up points, right? And Aaron Jones is lethal not only in the run game, but also the pass game. The Jaguars have been beat a little bit in terms of, receivers out of the backfield. Aaron Jones is definitely that. Aaron Rodgers, obviously, one of the best to do it right now at the quarterback position at Lambeau. Jacksonville defense is struggling. Listen, James Robinson might get his points as well, but I'm leaning towards Aaron Jones for sure.
So here's the deal. Go check it out, prizepicks.com or the PrizePicks app. Use the code JAX. It's simple, J-A-X. Tell them we sent you there by using the code JAX, J-A-X. Try it out. It's the newest thing. It's really fun. Been doing it for the last few weeks. And you get a 100% match, by the way, on your first deposit, up to $100. So that's one way to do it as well. But have some fun playing the entries. We're going to do it as well. I've got the Masters going, and going to have a little NFL going. Heck, you could get into the action as well. You don't have esports on this. And you told me the other day that MMA. As well, which is interesting, right? Because all the scoring systems are different. How did the MMA work?
Well, listen, same kind of thing, right? If you think the fighter's going to win, go with the over points. If you think it's going to be a short fight, go with the under. Now, sometimes keep in mind, even if the fighter loses, if it's a long, drawn-out fight with a lot of strikes landed, that fighter can still win. But I'm talking about, if I'm picking heavyweights right now, someone's got to get knocked out. You know what I'm saying? So I usually go with the guy that's going to win in the heavyweight match, hit the over, and it is what it is.
Yeah, there you go. So just to I'll clue you in a little bit on what I got going, even with the my entries on the Masters. Like, here's an interesting one. Terrell Hatton, he's got to be 2 under or better. Justin Rose, 1 under or worse. Adam Scott, 2 under or better. Brooks Koepka, 2 under or better. So that's kind of the way it works. And if you do that, like, you can have a 4-pick entry is what I did, and obviously it would be a good one to do and get right. But you don't have to always get them all right depending on which entry you put in there. But for instance, too, here you go. I'll give you one. Let's go. We got on prizepicks.com, and I'm using the PrizePicks app. Phillip Rivers tonight, 17.1 over-under.
Yeah.
What do you like?
Ooh, it's going to be a defensive battle. 17. Listen, and I kind of have a strategy here for tonight. Obviously I did a little homework. To answer your question, though, real quick, Phillip Rivers, I would probably take the over. I do think that he throws a couple touchdowns here. The running game, I'm not completely sold on yet with Jonathan Taylor. Got Nyheim Hines out of the backfield. I'd probably go the over here. But I did a little research, Brent, and obviously you know how I do my homework, right? So check this out. If you're going to go with an over and under tonight and only pick 2, I'm going to take Corey Davis with the over. I think Corey Davis, a guy that's coming off 0 catches for 0 yards the last game. And keep in mind now, and it's obviously a storyline that's been circulating the past couple hours, his brother just passed away due to cancer. His brother was very avid in the game of football as well. One of his heroes, obviously, like that. Corey Davis said that he's going to play this game for his brother. So I don't buy into storylines all the time, but with this storyline, I'm going to buy into. So I like Corey Davis with the over. And listen, I love to take a Colts player. I would love to do it and take the under, but the Colts have been so shaky about who's going to rise and who's going to drop. Like, I have no idea with this Colts offense, so I'm staying away from all Colts players. I'm taking actually Jonnu Smith, the under, the tight end from the Tennessee Titans, and here's why. Ever since Taylor Lewan has gotten hurt, Jonnu Smith's been counted on to help with pass protection. And there's only been one team in the NFL right now that has not given up a touchdown to the tight end position. Care to guess who that is, Brent?
Colts.
Say no more. Go ahead and give me Jonnu Smith with under.
Now, that's some homework, by the way.
That's what I do, man. That's what I do.
That is some homework for the over-unders on prizepicks.com, the PrizePicks app as well. Have some fun with it. We're having some fun with it. I'll tell you what else. Your Corey Davis storyline is interesting. He'll be motivated. I think they'll be motivated to get him the football. But not only that, man, Indianapolis, Derrick Henry's like 18 over-under. Indianapolis is very good against the run. So if they stop the run, that will force Tannehill to go to his wide receivers and hit those guys and maybe be a more productive night for them. So check it out, prizepicks.com, the PrizePicks app. That's what we're doing. We're having some fun with it. When you sign up for it, make sure you put the code JAX in there, and that will tell them that we sent you over there for as well. So JAX is the code. And a 100% match on your first deposit. PrizePicks.com, the PrizePicks app. We're having a blast with it. We love the over and unders, and this is a simple way to do it. You don't have to worry about that fantasy lineup like I did the other day and took an L because I forgot to put Keenan Allen in.
Hey, there's 0 consolation brackets with PrizePicks.
Hey,
simple as that.
Let me ask you this right now about Derrick Henry. Obviously, a guy from the area. He had turned it on so much last year that it became a star and became a thing. I don't think he's actually been awesome this year. And in the first 5 games, I think he was okay. And maybe just because we've grown accustomed to it. Been good. Not bad, but not awesome. And then he has that big day, and he has the crazy stiff arm again. And everybody's like, oh, my gosh, it's Derrick Henry. Look at him.
He's
and
back,
so he became – that's what he is, right? He's a social media phenomenon when it does that. He's Sports Center. He's everything. But is he – was that a flash, or is he now this guy that every few games he's going to go for 160, even if you try to shut him down, he's still going to get 95, Where is he in the pantheon of running backs right now in the NFL? Because, we would normally put Ezekiel Elliott in this conversation.
Sure.
Ezekiel Elliott's doing nothing. Mm-hmm. I mean, he's doing nothing this year. So where is he?
So listen, I mean, obviously, I'm not the guy that's going to get, I'm not going to go crazy with the memes and things like that. I mean, I love it. I love the stiff arm from Derrick Henry. I think it was on Josh Norman. Josh Norman hasn't been the same since, needless to say. Check his mentions. It's rough out there. But with that being said, history has always shown us that Derrick Henry is more of a second half season type of player, meaning that towards the second half of the season, when the weather gets colder, when the games get bigger, he ups his game up for whatever reason. And I don't think it's going to change this year. I think people right now are they're kind of buying low on Derrick Henry at the moment, just because if you watch the numbers and you look at what he's been able to do, yeah, it's been okay. And he's had that breakout game, but it hasn't been like the Derrick Henry they're accustomed to. Wait till these last, 6-7 games and watch what he does. I think he's going to have another breakout second half of the season and put the Titans in prime position in the playoffs.
Interesting. Listen, the one thing we've given a lot of credit to Tennessee is they know who they are. And so they should stick with the run if they know who they are. Derrick Henry just as important a part as Ryan Tannehill. When we come back, go bigger picture on the NFL, in a sense. The Jags are playing Green Bay this week. We know how good Aaron Rodgers is. Here's my question for you. Is Aaron Rodgers better than Brett Favre? That's not the only tough question I have either. It's coming up next on ESPN 690.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Austin, land of Action Sports Jax on ESPN 690. If you didn't catch today's episode, I'm not mad at you, not even disappointed, but check out what you missed.
What's like the concept?
It's like mini games that you kind of compete battle royale style, but it's mini games and you just try to